Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So in the last video we completed this small step. We created one EC2 instance and deployed our application in EC2 instance as a Docker container and access it using the IP address of this EC2 server. But this is but now we want to achieve it using this we will create one application load balancer in front of these two EC2 instances, and application will be accessible using the application load balancer URL. So to achieve this we need to instance the EC2 instance in two different availability zone, and over there we need to run our application into the both of the instances. So I have deployed I have kind of initialized two different EC2 servers there and deployed our application on the both the instances. So same application is deployed on the both the EC2 instances, uh, and I'm able to access them using the public IP address of these two instances. So to show you the difference between these two instances is the subnet. So if you see that EC2 sub 1B, it is in that one. Okay, this is in 1A and this is in 1C. Okay, let me rename it. So this one is in the 1C subnet. So these two instances are in the two different availability zone, the things which we want. In case if one availability zone is down due to any region, the application will be accessible using the other region. So it's kind of a high availability things. Okay, so to show you where you can configure that available subnet things, you need to go to the network setting and click on the edit. Keep that default VPC there, and in the subnet you can select that availability zone while initializing the server. Okay, so let me cancel that and let me go to the okay. So I'm able to access the application using the IP address of both the servers. Okay, but this is not the right way, and we want to achieve it using the application load balancer. So let me go to the load balancer and we'll create the load balancer there. Okay, so let me go to load balancer, and we need application load balancer which support the IP address routing as well as for the container based application as mentioned in the description. As well as go to the container, go to that application load balancer and create the demo application load balancer there. Okay, so we can create two types of load balancer: internet facing and internal. Internal means which will be accessible only within the private network. It is required when you, let's suppose you are in a corporate network and you do not want to explore your application out on the internet. So then that time you will use the internal type of load balancer, but we need internet now, so we'll choose the internet there. And network load balancing I will choose all three for now, but we can choose two, 1A and 1C, because our application is running on these two availability zones. So okay, security groups, I have already created ALB security group, application load balancer security group for the ALB. I will explain it in very soon. Okay, so HTTP port is 80, means application load balancer will be accessible over the app 80 port number. And target group we need to define. Okay, we can create the target group, and okay, we need the IP address one. Instances we do not need. We need to kind of send our request to the IP address there. So target group name, I will set IP container, and the port number it is asking the port of our application where it is accessible. If you see, our application is accessible on the 8282, so we need to mention there 8282. Okay, next is health check. By default it will check for the forward slash, but in our application we do not have any default request mapping for the forward slash. We need to enter the request mapping of our application. If you remember, in the last video we configured only the hello application request mapping, so I have mentioned is this hello here, so that this health check will pass. Okay, as well as we need to override the port here as well, as because our application is running on the 8282 on both the servers. Okay, so we'll keep other things default. Go to the next. Now it is asking me to register the target, and target is our both the EC2 instances. So I need to mention there private IP address of both the instances, and ALB do not work on the public IP address. Let's suppose if I copy the public IP address and try to mention there, it will give me error. See, IP must belong to the existing subnet, so it's saying like it is not inside that existing subnet because it is expecting me to enter the private IP address. So let me enter the private IP address and the other IP address of another instance. So other one is this one, 8282, include as pending below and create target group. So currently it is not in use, as it is saying the target group is created. Now I need to refresh that, it should come there, create target group now. And WAF and global escalator configuration we do not need to mention now. I will keep these things default and will create the load balancer. So let's wait for the load balancer to check the health, and it will come as a healthy once it verify the hello target request mapping which we have configured in the health check. Okay, but by the time it complete this loading and health check configuration thing, let me show you the security group which I have created before starting that. So for this application load balancer, I have configured the ALB there, and in the inbound rule it's nothing but HTTP port 80 and available from all the IP addresses. Okay, and other security group for our EC2, I use this EC2 Docker demo security group, and in the security group I have configured this security group as a input here and available from this port 80 to 80. It is because if I show you this part, this is the user, and user will access our application through the application load balancer. Okay, so security group of application load balancer should be allowed inside the security group of EC2 instances. Then only application load balancer will access our application. Okay, and 8282 port, it is required because our application is running on the 8282 port number, so that way it will be accessible. And later in this video I will kind of remove that configuration to access this EC2 instance directly using this IP address. Currently if you see, I'm able to access application directly using the IP address, but I will block that. I will remove that security group of this user to EC2 instances. Okay, so let me go there. Let me check the load balancer. Okay, it is still checking, and by the time, let me show you the security group of EC2 instances. This is the security group which I mentioned, and the security group allowing the TCP 82 from that of ALB security group, and HTTP 80 from everywhere. We do not need these this one and this one we need to connect our EC2 instance from this instance connect, otherwise it will throw the error, network error. Okay, so outbound is nothing, just allowing all the traffic. You may face this kind of issue when you will try to perform the similar activity if you are around, because I also face the similar issues when I was not able to access this application using this load balancer URL because it was not allowed there, so it was giving me that network timeout error there. Okay, so let me go there and check this. Okay, my both the instances are healthy now, and whenever we create this load balancer, it provides us a DNS name. So this is my DNS name, and let me copy it, and we'll try to access our application directly using the load balancer URL. Okay, I got the response from this particular container. Let me show you the container detail. ls. So 6c32 is my from my 2185 IP, and yeah other one is 425. So if I refresh this URL, it should change the URL. Oh, yeah, it is changing. So whenever we are trying to refresh our URL, it is sending the request sometime to the availability zone 1A, sometime to the availability zone 1C, and these are the target group which are mentioned there in the resource map. So request is going sometime to this, sometime to this is its internal routing configuration based on the health check. So uh, one thing which I want to do, we do not want to allow our application access using the IP addresses. So I will go to the security group of our EC2 Docker demo and will edit the inbound rule. So custom IP, this one is security group 82. Yeah, this one we can delete and save it. So if I try to access application directly using this IP address, it will give me network timeout. So you can see it is not going to work. Okay, but if I access using this ALB URL, it will work. Even that access is removed from this IP address part one. So so now our application is secure and can be accessible using the ALB, and we are not, like, the end user is not aware about the IP address of the server, and that also make our application more secure. Okay, so one more thing which we want to do, that will fail, I will remove that. Now let's suppose if something went wrong, if of with the one availability zone our application went down, one of the server. So let me shut down one of the instance. Let me stop the instance. So in my target group I have configured the two instances there, and both are healthy. This it will complete the health check again. In our health check configuration, it is mentioning like at every 30 seconds it will check that health check. So what will happen now, again, whenever we send our request from ALB to our EC2 instance, in backend it is kind of ALB which is accessible on port 80. Like as you seen, like I did not mention any port number there. I am accessing it directly without port number. So user is accessing this our application using this port 80, and ALB URL is targeting to the target which are configured there on the port 82 on the EC2 instance. But now one of the instance is down, so it should give me unhealthy, hopefully now. Load balancer, this one, if I go resource new, okay, one instance is unhealthy now. So if I try to access my application, see, I'm getting the response only from the one instance. So that means one instance is still working, and our ALB is also working fine. It's not sending request to the unhealthy instance. Okay, so this is the achievement here. Now let me go back to the PPT. So what we achieved today, we have deployed our container application in two availability zones, and we have configured the application load balancer, and we configured the target group, and in the target group we mentioned the private IP address of our both the EC2 instances and port number of our application. Okay, and we have checked the application high availability as well as we shut down one of that EC2 instance in one of the availability zones, and we tried to access our application when even the instance was down, we were able to access the application, right? So that's all for this video. Now we'll connect later. Thank you for watching.